get an equipment, use equipment to bash him over the head. It's a really good synergistic deck. He quit. Okay, well, I was talking too much. Probably thought I was being rude. But it's a really good synergistic deck around equipment. So one of the things with these changes and the new meta is that I think it was great. I mean, there's a great discussion on the Kung Fu Panda Battle Destiny Facebook page. They talked about all the different changes of cards and what they were trying to do. And some people will probably think I come across like I'm too pro Ludia, but I truly believe in what they're doing. So, like, if we go through the cards that changed, I was kind of waiting for more people to kind of file in. So I go through the cards that got changed. So Deceptive Dancer got a buff. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm still getting over my cold. It's a horrible cold. Bad. Deceptive Dancer got a buff. She went from a 1/1 to a 2/2, and she steals enemies' equipment, which is really important. So what will happen is that card becomes very, very viable in the current meta right now, specifically for Monkey or for Shen, I think, and also for Tigers players, next gen TVs in the house. So for Tigers players, a low cost card that can then be a complete momentum change. Let's say you're Tigers. Let's say there's a I don't know, anything with equipment on it. That one cost minion becomes at least a 3/4 or a 3/3 or a 3/5 or a 3/6. In much cases, even much better than that. So it's a one-cost, low-cost minion that can be used in a Switch Momentum Tigers deck, in a Monkey Stealing Monkey deck, Equipment Stealing Monkey deck, or a Shen Domination Equipment deck. So that's one of the changes. I'm going to go through all of them real quick here, highlight some of the better ones, or some of the worst ones, in my opinion, that hurt me. This one, I missed you, Buddy Bowman. Okay, so I just want to say that again because I truly miss the Bunny Bowman. Even though he's still in my life, there's still a sense of sadness. So I have 2 gem launchers now. This changed. I got to spun the wheel a lot and got some gem launchers, and they are pretty awesome actually. Keep on going. Keep on going. Let's see. Butterfingers. One of the first changes that really hurt me on an emotional level. And I understand why they did it, but it still stinks and hurts. It used to be a 3-cost 3/6 and was probably overpowered for a common because it would eat through a lot of cards. It was better than a Cold Tooth. It was better than a Butterfingers because it had the health and the damage of both. They kind of put it more in line with Careless Crocodile, which boo. This card right here, I'm going to build a Poe deck later today on the stream, possibly, or by probably tomorrow's stream, depending on the conversations we have. This card is ridiculously good for Poe. It is abused with Warrior Noodles. I'll show you that combo. I'm sure a lot of you have already figured that out, but RIP Heroic Hatchling. I had some great memories with you, and just take this little moment of silence for Heroic Hatchling. Okay. Heroic Hatchling is now from a 2/3 to a 2/6 to a 2/3, completely unplayable right now. Excuse me. Like, completely unplayable. Just his health is so low that there's just really no reason that you would play him. So I disenchanted both of them and put in Deceptive Dancers. Let's see. Let's keep on going. Sheepish Student Nerf. So I did a video on the Crane one-turn kill Wombo Combo Apocalypse, whatever you want to call it, and this then got nerfed. A lot of my videos I've had to change because of changes to the cards that were centered around them. This one was a good nerf. It was a good change. It was way overpowered. That being said, the card is still viable, because although it did lose its incredible punch of just wiping everybody out, by adding 1 health to the card, it actually made the card stay on board longer. So it has a little more survivability to it. So it actually balanced it out. So it's not completely crushed like the Heroic Hatchling was. Oh, looks like I'm having trouble with my internet connection with my game. So this is the only card of the new set that I don't have, and I'm trying to get it. It's now become a must-have. I want this. I want this card. I can't get it. Commander Hugh. Okay, so this is now my favorite card of the set. As you all know, I'm a control player by heart, by trade, by passion, and this is now the ultimate control card. So what it does is all warriors gain meditate when deployed, and what that means is that you basically put the board in quicksand. So one of the things this game is known for, and one of the things that makes this game great and aggressive and fast-paced, is that as soon as a creature comes to the board, it can attack. Like it's face, face, face. And if you play Kung Fu Panda Battle of Destiny at all, you know that 90% of the meta, or 95, maybe even 99% of the meta, from what I hear on Facebook, is all face. Commander Hugh takes that and says, "Hush now. Hush now, sweet soldiers." And completely just obliterates the board and says, "Wait." Now, when he first came out, I saw his stat and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this card. But I think his health pool was like 3 or something, and it was completely useless because it was so easy to get rid of. I mean, even if it got on the board one time, the next turn he could kill whatever that could kill him, so he was useless. But now at 1/9, he is in every one of my decks. Like, as much as I hated losing the heroic hatchling, I'm okay that I got Commander Hugh in my life. I'm a huge fan of him. Trademark. So Commander Hugh, huge for control decks. I showcased him in my new Viper deck, Meditate Sleep, and it's so good. So good. Alright, let's keep on going. Jungle King. Okay, so Jungle King, another card that got buffed. Great card. So if you've played Hearthstone, you know that every deck has Big Game Hunter. Hello, Big Game Hunter. You now have Big Game Hunter for Kung Fu Panda Battle of Destiny. However, here's the switch. In Hearthstone, Big Game Hunter is much more effective because there are a lot of minions over 7 cost. In Kung Fu Panda Battle of Destiny, right now, there aren't a lot of minions that are over 7 damage. Matter of fact, you're looking at 5 or 6 damage is the high-end damage of most cards. Right now. This card, Shifu of the cards, predicting this card will be very valuable. Very valuable coming up. Because cards are only going to, as the game slows, as the meta slows because of these changes, and that's what they're doing, the meta is slowing. I don't know if y'all are noticing or not, but they are slowing it down. Commander Hugh is going to be huge. You're going to need blackouts. And, you know, there's so much to this game, and the discussion on Facebook this weekend was so interesting because a lot of people were like, "Oh, this game is just, all it is face and all is face." Well, no, it's a lot more than that. You just need to go in and look at these cards and understand what they're trying to do with it, and make decks accordingly, and then make answers for those decks. So Jungle King is going to be huge. We keep on going. I might have skipped one or two. I'm not too sure if I've missed one, so I apologize as I do this. Sorry. The Gatherer. Another card that got buffed. A great buff. This was a card that was a 2/4. And you're probably thinking, well, 2/4, 2/5, that's not a big thing. It's a huge thing. 2/5 is a huge, huge, huge deal. It survives much better now. Just that one tick of health made this card extremely viable. He's now in almost all of my control decks. Zay-Spies, one of the most powerful legendaries in the game up until these changes, and at that point when they changed him, I went ahead and disenchanted Zay-Spies and went ahead and made Commander Hugh. It was a huge decision. So Zay-Spies is a good card, good legendary still, but now not as strong as the others, so I went ahead and made Commander Hugh, and my life has been so much better since. This is a real funny story. I watched Next Gen TV, NEXTGEN TV. She got a barrel launcher, and she was like so excited and tickled. It was really funny. So now I see barrel launcher. I think about her reaction. It's really funny. It is a very powerful card, and it was definitely warranted, that reaction. It was very funny. All right, so keep on going. Can't think of the Greenkeeper, one of the new cards. Master Flying Rhino. I can transform him and get something else. I'm not going to because they changed his health 1 tick, but it doesn't matter because they added his armor 1 tick. So he's still awesome. Going through. Let's see. Big Boss got a buff, and actually I want Big Boss now. I'm not sure exactly what his health was before. I think it was a lower health pool. I think it was like 6'5" maybe. Now being 6'7", he becomes much more viable. It also works with my monkey deck. I really want him for my monkey deck. And I'm trying to get him, but I don't have the dust with yet to craft him. But I think Big Boss. I want Big Boss in my life. Not only that, on a personal note, I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. If you've seen my PlayStation, it's Samurai Foxhound. I earned Foxhound. Was one of the top 3 players in the world on Metal Gear Online, the first iteration on the PlayStation 2. PlayStation 3, I'm sorry. One of the best in the world, and literally earned the title Foxhound, so I took that title as my screen name, and Samurai because I try to be noble and honorable in purpose. So Big Boss is one of the main characters of that game series, and so I want him for that too. Plus, I train bears, so there's a huge synergy, personal synergy with that card and myself. Commander Vash got a nerf. Kind of. He lost 1 damage on his prison guard he summons. It's still infinitely playable. He's still an amazing card, so I can't get rid of him. Although I do want Big Boss, and if you look at the stats, it's a kind of a war I'm waging with myself. Like Commander Vash, if I disenchant him and get Big Boss, it would be. I'm kind of going back and forth. I'm having a hard time, doing it. I mean, just it's a 6'4" to 6'7", same cost. So Big Boss has more life, which makes him more viable to me. But he has Meditate, which slows him down, and so the Meditate, the higher health, I think evens that out. So even at this point, the text then, stun an enemy warrior with guard. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, except that he has Meditate, which then negates his ability to take advantage of that stunned warrior. So you don't really get the benefit of that per se, although that warrior would be stunned through the next turn. So I guess it would still be okay. And then steal an enemy equipment. That's kind of cool. That would synergize so well with my monkey deck. It would be ridiculously synergized. It would be the last card I need for my monkey deck to be just amazing. So I'm talking myself into disenchanting this card on stream and getting Big Boss. But Commander Vash is so good. Okay, keep it on going. I'm going to make a video out of this. And if you're watching the YouTube video, or you're watching on Twitch right now, you're probably like, why is he yammering on about this? Well, that's what I do. So, welcome. Alright, so keep on going. Some of the ones I don't have, I won't really talk about because I just don't have them. Master Croc got a slight nerf, in that he used to do 5 damage on Farewell, and he was a 3/7. Now he's a 4/7, does 3. I think that change actually helped him. 4/7 is better than 3/7. So Master Croc is still hugely viable. Master Thundering Rhino is still just an amazing card. I love him so. I did say love. I don't care. I love him. Colossus, that's another card I want. Don't have him. But right now, Big Boss is the next up on the crafting table. Okay, so going through this. Poe. I'm a Poe guy. Huge Poe guy. And Poe got a huge buff, and no one really talks about it because they all look at all the negatives. Feathered Foodie to go from a 3/2 to a 2/3 is tremendously strong for me because he hits now. This card hits my 3 health requirement for my cards, and he food synergizes really well. So I'm excited about this change. One of the reasons I'm going to build a Poe food deck is now going to be a reality, and I'm super excited about it. I still want my Celestial Spirit to go with it. And now that I think about it, No, I just need scroll. I was going to disenchant Scroll Eater for. I need Scroll Eater. Scroll Eater is so good in Poe. Plus food synergy. Because I had the Feathered Foodie. So anyway, Feathered Foodie went from a 3-2-2-2-3, makes it much better. And then you go on. And then what I did was, because I got the Feathered Foodie change, I went ahead and crafted 2 Pachyderms of Plenty. Because that is food synergy times 1,000. So you have the Feathered Foodie, Scroll Eater, Pachyderm of Plenty. And then, of course, Kung Fu Radish got stronger. And excuse me, you have a lot of synergy there, especially with Chi Manipulator. So wait for my Poe food deck. It's gonna be amazing. Let's see, Tigress. I don't know if she got too many nerfs. The Shade Maiden got a nerf, which was important because she was ridiculously strong in Tigers. And they got rid of that, made that a little more realistic. Caretaking got a little bit of a nerf, although nothing too much worthy talking about. And going down the list here, I can't think of. Okay, so Dawnbringer. I made a video on Dawnbringer, and it's right now on YouTube. Check it out; it's hilarious. I'm sure they're gonna fix the error. But Dawnbringer is the most powerful card in the set, and I discovered it, and I'm very happy about it. And I think it should be named Shifu Bringer, the bringer of Shifu. One day, my dream is that Ludia's going to have a card, and this is just totally, completely ridiculous on my part. There's going to be a card Ludia makes with some kind of way on the flavor text that says, you know, Shifu with the cards. I don't know. Like Bunny Bowman. I'm just saying. That's my dream. Wild Painter's still amazing. Keep on going. I don't think there's really too many changes to the heroic cards that were. Oh, yeah. So, Wingman. One of my favorite cards ever. One of the things I loved about it was when it died, it could redeploy itself, and they fixed that so that you can't do that. It's still an amazing card. I don't, you know, it's still great. So it doesn't do that. Don't care. Monkey, they changed a bunch of Bana Bonanza, and now is 1 cost to 0. That's an important change. I don't have that card, but I can see why that would be important. Let's see. I'm trying to think if they changed. Yes. I went ahead and crafted this because it's now the health pool is more viable, and so it is a very good card for my monkey deck. And so I have it because it is an anti-equipment monkey deck, and that is certainly fits that role. I find myself late game coming to the point where I have a Steelsmith, so I can either do a Steelsmith or I can do a Planeswalker depending on the situation. I think what I'll do is, now that I have Planeswalker, I think I'm kind of double dipping there. I think I'm just going to go ahead and replace the Steelsmith with Big Boss, should I get Big Boss crafted. Mantis already got so changed before. There's not really much they could have done to Mantis anymore. I mean, they took care of him. Shen, the mighty Shen. A lot of discussion on Facebook about Shen. As you may or may not know, or have not known if you're part of this Twitch stream, I have been one of the biggest fans of Shen getting a little bit of a change. Let's just put it that way. He was way, way overpowered, and Shen players will disagree, and that's fine. It's all, I may be wrong, but his cards were so strong and could be abused so easily. Not all Shen players abused them, but they could be. So the first change was Cannonball. It used to be deals 3 damage straight up and stun somebody, or 2 damage. I think it was 2 damage. I can't remember, but it stunned. One of the minions is stunned. I think it was 2 to 3 or 2. I don't remember. Then they made it straight 3. Still too powerful. Now what they did was they changed it to where it's 1 to 3, a variable scale, and that is so much better. Great changes to Shen to where now it's just, it could be great, it could be bad. It's not just an overall crush your board. But I didn't have a problem with bombs too much, although that was strong. The cards that really came out later on. I used to right there, you could play Red Emblem at 3, I think it was, and that was so bad. Because you could just, I mean, so many times on, the board was, if I was trying to develop a board, they'd play Red Emblem and just nuke my board and pick it off. It was atrocious. So Fire Emblem is now 5 costs, which I'm completely okay with. It's great. One of the great things about Shen was there used to be a 6 cost board clear. I think Fire Emblem was 2. Yeah, Fire Emblem was 2. Because at turn 6 you could do Fire Emblem and Red Rockets, Red Fireworks, and blow the board up. Now you can't combo those pieces together because it's 12 mana to do so. Much better for me as a not Shen master. Red Fireworks is 7/7. It's gone up. It's still an effective card. A lot of people were arguing on Facebook that it's not effective anymore. It's too costly. It's still one of the best board clears in the game. Everybody's AoE got taken down a notch in terms of cost, or the cost was increased. So this was a good, fair balance to Shen. If you go to my friend LazyBoy77, he's doing a Twitch stream right now. Well, not right now, but he is doing a Twitch stream where he's a Shen master that built a really cool Shen equipment deck. So check that out. It's LazyBoy, LazyBoy 77 channel. So that's kind of the new cards. I will be cutting a video off that and posting it. And so now we're getting to actual. So I'm probably tired of me flapping my gums for the past 40 minutes on tournament and changes. Let me go ahead and shut it down. Look, it froze up on me. We're getting to some action.